What's going on, you guys? I'm as always Mr. Grimreaper 2, and welcome again to another edition of the Grip from the Silverscreen. I am here again with Dark Knight 987, and we're going to take a look at the 1987. We're going to take a look at the 1987 classic Evil Dead 2, or as many other people will call Evil Dead 2: Dead by Dawn. Now, of course, you know, this film was also directed by Sam Raimi. This film was also co-written by Sam Raimi. This film's Bruce Campbell returns as Ash Williams in this film, and he leads a beautiful cast of Sarah Berry, Dan Hicks, Cassie Wesley, and Richard Domir. I can't say his name right. Yeah. Joseph LaDuca is back and does the music for this film. So we're going to talk about this, and my buddy knows a lot of this movie as well.
I do.
That too. Now, this basically what they're gonna basically during the beginning of the movie, it's basically like a recap. Excuse me, guys.
Recap of them.
It's an altered, reimagined recap. For some strange reason, it doesn't show a lot of the original film. For some reason,
Right.
Can you explain that, man?
Well, I too kind of found that strange. That in this one, it really is altered. It doesn't mention any of the people from the first film. Well, only Ash and his girlfriend, but never the other people they were with. And I remember in the first film that we talked about this, it was like, what, 4 people, I believe it was, and coming to the cabin. So in this one, basically, Ash just talks about, I guess they reimagined their acting like they never, the people from the first film were never mentioned. So basically, it shows Ash and his girlfriend, and they're going to the cabin for a vacation, and it's a vacation, not because of for vacation to get away from everything now and again. And so Ash is basically explaining to you what happened before. Like he discovers a tape. He discovers a recorder there in the cabin, and he plays a tape, which is, of course, on the tape is an archaeologist known as Professor Raymond Novi.
Yeah.
The cabin's he was there a long time ago, okay, and talking about the passage of the Book of the Dead, or as Ash called the Necronomicon Ex Mortis,
yeah,
the Book of the Dead. So, which he discovered, which they did. Okay, let's see here. But however, what Ash doesn't realize is that the recording is actually reading the pages from the book, and that's what's unleashes this evil entity that attacked them in the cabin. And of course, it possesses on death, turns her into, like I said before, Deadite. Ash has no choice but to kill his girlfriend and bury her. So anyway, Ash is just tormented by the evil there. So at dawn, the evil force attacks Ash, and apparently, briefly, it possesses him. You see that Ash is actually possessed to a Deadite. You see that temporarily. And So he returns to normal and tries to live out the evil in the cabin by himself. He is all alone. But like I said before, the beginning, they never mentioned the other people in the first film. Like I said, only Ash and his girlfriend. Those the only two they ever show. So that kind of got to me as well. Like, well, they altered it, but really,
was it
really recap the original events of the first film.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Was it a? I want to ask you something. Was it an issue with the first film that they had that they were that they could not show like what went on like at the original version of the film? was it like copyright issues or something like that? What was that all about?
I don't know what led to them altering this. Maybe if I had some say, okay, we're going to alter the beginning in Evil Dead 2. When I mentioned those people from the first film, just Ash and Linda. But I don't know what it was that led to that. And if you out there need to maybe know, please comment below. That really help us out, because I really kind of had no idea why they altered the recap from the first film rather than having what we originally saw in the first film. But yeah, anyway, guys, let us know if maybe you think might be the reason why. Comment down below in the video.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments section down below why they altered the beginning of Evil Dead 2.
Yeah.
So as my pal was talking about, at the beginning of the film, at dawn, this evil force throws Ash through the woods like he's a ton of bricks. And Ash briefly becomes possessed by a demon. But when the day breaks, the force is gone. Ash returns to normal, and Ash attempts to flee the area, but finds out the bridge leading to the cabin has been destroyed.
Yep.
The spirit chases Ash back to the cabin where Linda's revived head attacks him, biting his hand. Ash brings Linda's severed head to the shed, where her headless body attacks him with a chainsaw. Ash gains the upper hand and slashes the relentless deadite Linda to death, killing her for a second and final time. Then Ash's possessed right hand tries to kill him, and Ash is forced to sever his hand with his chainsaw. Ash then attempts to shoot the severed hand hiding in the wall of the cabin. The hand mocks him and ultimately gets away. See,
That's right.
The funny part about this situation is that this is when he loses his hand, and this is when also he becomes the idiot that we know and love. So okay, so let me see here. Meanwhile, Nobi's daughter Annie and her research partner Ed Getley return from the dig with missing pages of the Necronomicon in tow, only to find the destroyed bridge. They enlist the help of locals Jake and Bobby Joe to guide them along an alternate trail to the cabin. The four of them find an embattled Ash who is seemingly slowly being driven insane by the demon, such as hallucinating that the room comes to life with objects in the room laughing hysterically at him.
Yeah.
That would be scary. That would.
Yes. I just want to say that. And the way Ash was laughing, that creeped me out. That's all I'm going to say on that.
Yeah. Okay, the four new arrivals meet Ash at the cabin and listen to a recording of Nobi detailing how his wife Henrietta was possessed by the Kandarian demon. Hence the Kandarian dagger, forcing him to kill her. They find Mrs. Nobi, now a deadite, in the cabin's root cellar, and it attacks and possesses Ed. Ash dismembers him with an axe. Bobby Joe tries to escape, but is attacked by the demon trees and dragged to her death. Annie translates two of the pages before Jake turns on them and throws the page to the cellar, holding them at gunpoint to force them to go look for Bobby Joe. Ash is possessed once again and turns on his remaining companions, incapacitating Jake. Annie retreats to the cabin and accidentally stabs Jake, mistaking him for the possessed Ash, and drags him to the cellar door, where he is killed by Henrietta in a gory bloodbath. Oh yeah, I remember that part. Jesus Christ.
I remember that first, when I first watched that, that part freaked me out too.
Yeah, Deadeye Ash tries to kill Annie, but returns to his normal self when he sees his girlfriend Linda's necklace. Ash, with Annie's help, modifies the chainsaw and attaches it to his stump, where his right hand had been. Which is how the dumbass that we know and love comes to be. Ash eventually finds the missing pages of the Necronomicon and kills Henrietta, who has turned into a long-necked monster. After Ash kills Henrietta, Annie chants an incantation that sends the Kandarian demon back to its origin. The incantation opens up a whirling temporal vortex portal, which not only draws in the demon, but nearby trees. Ash's Oldsmobile Delta, the Delta, and Ash himself. Meanwhile, Ash's severed, possessed hand stabs Annie. Ash and the Delta land in the year 1380. He is then confronted by a group of knights who initially mistake him for a deadite, but they are quickly distracted when a real one shows up. Ash blasts the harpy-like deadite with a shotgun and is hailed as a hero who has come to save the realm, at which point he breaks down and screams in anguish. So yeah, basically this movie sets up the third one, which is Army of Darkness. We'll talk about that another day. But yeah, there was a lot of stuff in this that not only scared me half to death, that scared him half to death. Like the part where like the part where Jake gets let me see, yeah, the part where Jake gets taken by Henrietta, a deadite version of her, and you see all this blood. You see a shitload of blood. And this is the first time, I think this is the first time that he becomes, we've never seen a deadite Ash before. This would be like the first time that he would become a deadite. And then we in this movie as well is the first time we see Ash without his right hand. Ash has to cut it off at the stump, and he has to. This is when we see him as the normal Ash that we know, with the right hand. His right hand is a machete. I mean, not a machete, a freaking chainsaw. Sorry. But yeah, there was a lot of stuff in this. And they also, just so you know, just so you guys know, there's later on down the road, when the Ash vs. Evil Dead, the first season comes to be, they reference some stuff from the first two. I believe they reference some stuff for the first two movies. And then, but the problem is that they don't reference anything from Ash versus from Army of Darkness. For some strange, and then also many of you would get to that they changed up. It's no longer an S Mart anymore, apparently, in the series. So they changed that up. And also too the name Nobi that would come to be later on during the series when Ash meets Ruby, who apparently is supposed to be like the granddaughter or something like that of Professor Nobi. So, and the sister of Annie. So, but yeah, there was a lot of stuff in this I liked. The ending of the film too, when he goes into that vortex and wakes up in the year 1300 AD was really good. What exactly do you remember from the second film, and what exactly did you like from the second film?
Well, like I said, Evil Dead 2, what I said my video fans was, you remember, Ash's hand comes possessed, you have to cut it off, but he does modify the chainsaw, and that's how we come to know Ash, the chainsaw for a hand. Mm-hmm. He got the boomstick, he cut down the boomstick to size, and that's the Ash we start to know him as. Mm-hmm. And then, yes, of course, he, finishes killing everybody in the cabin, but then he Lord, whatever,
Yeah.
kings, whatever, princesses, 1300 AD, and that's what it is in the Greek, because, it's all there. Now, Ash, as you know, in the film, in the U.S., the car that they drive in, it's ultimately built to 88.
Mm-hmm.
That's a built car. Now, if you don't know, this car is films.
Yeah.
Now, you remember the scene where, in part one, Peter is chasing the killer, supposed to kill Uncle Ben, who's driving Uncle Ben's car. That's the same car that Ash drives in Evil Dead. That's the Easter egg that you don't know.
And and not to mention the fact too, dude, that car would become synonymous with the Evil Dead series, including the later down the road the TV series.
Exactly. So you see, that's really straight because you don't know. So that car would become a key element in Sam Raimi's series of Evil Dead and also the Spider-Man series when he made that. So anyhow, so Ash we don't know. He comes to know.
Hey man, you still there?
And but I like this movie again. If it weren't for my older brother, he would have never gotten me to like these Evil Dead films because Evil Dead, because when eating, I admit it used to scare the heck out of me. But now I know it's not so bad, and it's more funnier than horror. So it's a great horror comedy. It's a beautiful little horror comedy. You can watch Evil Dead 2, the series.
Hey guys, I apologize.
Part 2 is we are now knowing Ash what they know is that.
Yeah.
And of course,
hey man, hold up, real quick. While you're talking, you keep going in and out for some reason. I have no idea why. But that's all right. Yeah, we're having some technical issues here. We apologize.
Yeah.
But as far as everything else goes, yeah, I love Evil Dead 2. I loved Army of Darkness, which we'll get to another day. But this one, Evil Dead 2, I believe would be the catalyst of what would be the later Evil Dead series. What would go down the line as the Evil Dead series, and this is what started how Ash became how he is now. You know what I mean? And in the series, I don't. You get to know. You get to in the series in Ash vs. Evil Dead. You get to ride around with Ash a lot through the whole series as he's trying to get rid of Deadites, as he's trying to destroy the Deadites once and for all. And I said in my Ash in season 3 for Ash vs. Evil Dead, I thought the season 3 was kind of bittersweet. Knowing what we know now. I kind of wish that they could have added more. I kind of wish that we could have gotten at least 3 more seasons out of Ash vs. Evil Dead. But if y'all want to know my thoughts on, if y'all want to know my complete thoughts for Ash vs. Evil Dead, take a look at the season 3 review that I did for Ash vs. Evil Dead. I'm gonna give y'all guys later on down the line. Me and Dark Knight will talk about season 1 and season 2. And stuff like that. But I think between me and him, I think that both of us agree this film, you damn right, is going to get a 10 out of 10. This film was another cult classic that was fallen under that for some strange reason fell under the radar of people. But the more and more people started watching it, the more and more people started to enjoy it a lot. And I think that this film was really good. I think that the film would be later on be the catalyst of how this series went and stuff like that. But what do you think about the? What did you think about the film overall, man?
Overall, I like you. I thought the film was good. I agree with that rating. And like I said, I'm just a huge fan of Evil Dead because of these films. I became a major fan of the first game because of these films. So, yeah, overall, I thought it was a good movie. I agree with the rating here. Yes, Dad.
Yep.
I do recommend it, and I'll briefly quote it up. I also want to just make mention when we talk about Darkness. I want to briefly talk about in that video. I want to briefly talk about the two games that were made based on Evil Dead, which is Evil Dead: Fist of the Boomstick and Evil Dead: Regeneration. We'll talk about those games as well while we'll talk about Darkness in the next video. What we talk?
We'll talk about them. We'll talk about them later on down the line here when we move on to Army of Darkness, because I got a lot of things to say about the Evil Dead games, and stuff like that.
Recommend it. That's my thing right there.
Yeah. So we give it a 10 out of 10. Evil Dead 2 was a very, very good movie. The horror aspect is still there from the first film. This one we started seeing more of the Raimi Raimi aspect of how Sam Raimi began his of how he would do his shots and how he did his shots is what is so good about how this is what gave Evil Dead its flavor. Is how Sam Raimi can take a camera, make it fly every which way, and I enjoy. And I think Sam Raimi is a damn good director. And me and Dark Knight 97 had a lot to say about Sam Raimi in the first Evil Dead review that we did. But you can't say enough about Sam Raimi. Bruce Campbell again soared with flying colors with this film again, with the second one. We saw a more funnier. This is a more funnier side. This is the more funnier, the more hilarious side of Bruce Campbell that you know him for. And it's sad that he had to retire from freaking doing Ash. After the cancellation of season 3, which freaking sucked, but at least you got these films to remember his legacy by. So, but yeah, we give this film a 10 out of 10, and stuff like that. Let us know in the comments down below what your memories of Evil Dead 2 is. The next time we're with you guys, we will talk about Army of Darkness. We will talk about the two Ash vs. Evil Dead season 1 and season 2. We'll also talk about other horror films that are coming around this for it ripped from the Silverscreen and a bunch of stuff. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me. I'm Mr. Grimreaper 2. He is Dark Knight 97. I'm going to let him say what he has to say first, and then I'll do mine. Go ahead, man.
Okay. Yeah, guys, again, thanks for watching. And again, we recommend these movies. And guys, as well as I said, just y'all enjoy these as you can. Let me know your thoughts and all that, and comment on the video. And this is our opinions on these things. Not trying to start anything. So,
yeah.
But we have a great Halloween. And thanks for watching, and look out for more content from us, and more ways still to come, so stay tuned, and so I'll see you guys later, and take care of each other. Peace out, guys.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Grimreaper 2, he's Dark Knight 97, and we'll see you all in the afterlife. Peace.